And here it is. It's Kitty Claw Friday. Exactly. Pause for a second. And we're going to say exclamation point KCF, because we're going to show the rules here on the screen. It's Kitty Claw Friday. What that means is every Friday, we'll pretend this is Friday today. We do 30 minutes plus 1 minute for every new follower on YouTube and Twitch. And today we had an extra 5 from the last week. So that is super exciting. I'm excited at least. And to be clear, yes, this is me playing the game. I did get a question on YouTube. Is this a bot playing this? And it probably should be. I don't think anyone should be doing this, but I am. It is just me playing this game for 35 minutes straight this week and sitting here and hanging out with Twitch chat and doing the PB cast, just putting out some ideas about this week. What now? Typically I would start off with box office predictions, but the box office has already happened as it's Monday, unfortunately. So I don't have any predictions for the weekend that already happened. I actually don't know how the things did last weekend. I never looked that up. I'm assuming Ghostbusters did well. That came out this week. And that's all I know of that came out this last week, actually. That's funny. It's not supposed to do double, but anyways. But yeah, it was actually a pretty fun week last week. I made a ton of progress in Stardew Valley, and I finished Mirror's Edge all in one stream, an hour under par, which is super exciting. I'm super happy about that. I thought I would have more trouble with it than I did. I thought I was having more trouble with it than I did, and but when I got to the end, I was like, wow, that's like I had put aside 7 hours for it, and I finished in just under 5. That definitely nice. Definitely nice. Super cool game. Outdated a little bit, unfortunately. It still looks really cool. The visuals are great, considering it's 13 years old as of last week. But the playstyle is a little bit not perfect. I'll say that. It did not hold up. But you know, it is what it is. You know, it seems like I was thinking about this the other day. Every game after like Super Nintendo is going to feel super dated, because when the game isn't super simple and like it's as much as it could be, like, oh, a Super Nintendo, it's, you know, in Mario, he's jumping, he's hitting blocks, and it's, you know, 16-bit or whatever Super Nintendo was. Once you get into the like Nintendo 64s and you get into more advanced graphics, that's when it's like it can't just be perfection like you can do with little pixels. Like Super Mario, it looks exactly like what it needs to be. It's pixel art. It's the height of what it could be. Once you get into like the 3D and everything, like you've seen modern games now, and games that are from 64 and that era, even older or newer, I should say, don't hold up graphically most of the time. And then when there's a bunch of like game mechanics like wall running, jumping, parkour, etc., that games after it have done so much better, it's frustrating to play outdated versions of those game mechanics. And again, Mario, you can't do jumping better, like jumping in a line on a 2D plane. Like that's just it works the way it is. Perfect. And it's funny, I'm pretty sure games today will feel like that in 13 years, like Mirror's Edge is. Like playing any open world game pre-Zelda Breath of the Wild is just different, because those games are all so locked into that play style now, because it was so successful. It still is. But I feel like I've already said this too much, so I'm not going to sit on that for too long. What else is there to talk about? Slime Rancher. I did play Slime Rancher 2 weeks ago, and I'm excited that it's coming back tomorrow, which is the 16th if you're watching this recorded, and the day after as well. That's a pretty fun game about basically ranching slimes, catching wild slimes, building pens for them, feeding them, etc., and profiting off of the slime byproduct they make. I don't think it's supposed to be slime poop, but it sort of seems like it. They eat and slime product comes out. I think that's funny. Even if it is, it's still funny. I sure would like to get this old guy plushie and move on to the 3 really good plushies like Glasses Cat in the back. Big fan of Glasses Cat. Obviously big fan of Spicy Wasabi Kitty, the namesake of the Spicy Wasabi Kitty Claw machine. Maybe today. Maybe today's the day. We didn't get one last week. Oops, I totally missed that. We're on a bit of a drought compared to how we've been going in the past. It's supposed to get harder the further back you go, so it sort of makes sense, but we'll see. We'll see. And old guy. I am speaking it into existence. Except this time, it didn't work. What else is going on in the world of Pottery Bolt? I've done a few tweaks on the Discord. That's fun. Make sure to join the Discord if you haven't already. If you're watching live, it's you can see it on my profile right there. If you're watching on YouTube and the recorded, there will be a link in the description below. Discord's fun. We've got updates for the weeks, got pet pictures, all sorts of fun stuff. I personally have a great time in it. Can't speak for anyone else, but I hope they do as well. Make sure. While I'm just shamelessly plugging my links, follow me on Twitter if you can. Twitter is a place I'll tweet out when I'm going live. Tweet out weekly schedules. I do a nice little setup for the weekly schedules I tweet out every weekend. If you're curious, all times PST, as per usual. Share some other insights about games that are coming up. I shared my thought about Super Auto Pets, the update. Let's get into that, because I got a little bit on that. The Super Auto Pets update, I'm a little disappointed that they made it easier to get the full 10 wins. They made it so you don't lose as much when you lose like round 1 and round 2. And it sort of makes it a little easier because you can just go full lean into greedy mode, where you can get things and purposely lose at the beginning because it'll get you a better shop and later on in the game, or it'll make you more coins each round. I feel like you needed to pay a little bit more of a price for that, because that was a gamble. It was a greedy gamble, and it was a real playstyle that worked, but it definitely, I don't know, it was more of exciting when it was a gamble. And now it's like, oh, I lost, you get 10 lives now instead of 3 or 4, sorry. And you only lose 1 life for early losses, and you lose 3 lives for like late game losses. So it sort of evens out, but I don't know. Like I get the inclination for them to make it so you don't get towards the end, you have your super team, and you match up against one team that you're poorly equipped for, and it's over. Oops. I get that that's not a super perfect way to do that, but I still feel like it's less rewarding now, because it took me 3-4 hours to get my first full win, get all 10 trophies in one run, and it's too easy now. You can get one every hour, it feels like. I don't know, maybe I just got too used to the meta, and that's why it's easier as well. They said there are some game piece updates coming, like different pets and balancing the pets a little bit. I don't know. We'll see again how that fixes things. Every time things get tweaked like that, everyone's always like, "Oh, it's always worse," but like, it's not. I mean, there's obviously some things that are overpowered, like the dodo bird, and the hippo's pretty powerful. The turkey. There is a like expansion pack you can buy, and I'll say I do like that people that buy the expansion packs are put in expansion pack lobbies, so you're not playing against people who have more pets when you just play the base free game. But there's a bunch of like dinosaurs, more like breeds of dogs and stuff, cats, etc. in the expansion pack. Like there's some bugs. I remember I saw a ladybug. I saw a microbe. That was a funny one. Just summon a microbe. And there's certain pets that obviously are like level 6 pets, which is the top, that are just you'd never use, that should be cool, like the dragon and stuff like that. They got to make the dragon better because it's a dragon. Obviously it's cool. And that can't just be one you get and you're like, oh, well, that's boring. Reroll. I think they need to make the level 6 pets a little more special. That will be my gripe. But I also understand not putting too much say in late game pets, considering you don't get to late game in the majority of games. But nerf the turkey, of course. What do you mean? Like not as long as the character shakes, that means I'm close enough. You don't need to get it perfect on this. It's completely random once you make it shake. Like it's not a skill game. That's part of like the silly part of this is it's just oops, that was too far back. But anyways, as long as one of them shakes, you have a chance of picking it up. It just does like a random generator. That's why it's a little bit of the PB cast, the Padre Bold podcast, where I don't really need to be focusing on the claw game that much, considering it's just silly doing it over and over. But you do get a reward for getting all of them. You get a special shirt that's just a plain white t-shirt with the logo of the kitty claw machine, which would be funny to wear at times, because like, who would have finished this ever? This is impossible. Truthfully, most people that do finish it use like a bot system where they just have they set up a bot that plays the game for them for like 8 hours straight. And yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to personally get every single plushie in this toy system. I will not give up. I will not give in. Someone has sent me peace offerings. I will say no thank you. Sorry, Ballin Beats 50. Well, I mean, you download it from somebody. I'm sure it's out there already. Like people have already made the process for doing this. Yeah, you wouldn't download a robot. I like the idea of it being an actual robot and just like a robot arm doing the game for you the whole time, just going back and forth. Yeah, boxes, tinfoil, and toilet paper rolls. The entirety of my robot. Just drawn on a paper plate tied to its head. One of these days I'll get this old guy. Am I out of water? I am, unfortunately. I've made the critical mistake of not getting more water before starting the timer of Kitty Claw Friday. But Naruto and Fortnite tomorrow. That's big news, actually. That's big gaming news. Tomorrow morning, I think it said 9 a.m. I think it's supposed to be Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi. I'm sure Sakura is going to come out eventually, but I think those three are the ones that come out tomorrow, if my information is correct. My insider information, which is other people leaking it. But yeah, it's going to be, everyone is going to be Naruto for a long time. Yeah, I'm also I'm interested to see what all their emotes are. I assume each of them are going to come with like emotes you can do, and like Naruto doing like a shadow clone jutsu would be funny, but probably that would be a competitive advantage. Yeah, wouldn't you think that would be a little cheap? Like someone like, oh, I'm trying to shoot somebody, you just clone yourself. Even if it's just cosmetic, like they would just shoot through the clone. I don't think the emotes have been leaked yet. There have to be those. Like that there have to be emotes. Like that's easy money right there. I think I saw it's he has the like shadow clone jutsu scroll as his the thing he wears you can put on his back. They call those back blings in Fortnite. It's like capes and stuff like that you can put on your back. Or like backpacks. Like the scroll from the first episode, I think. There are supposed to be some fun games modes that are like Naruto themed, so maybe there is like a cloning game. I don't know. That would be cool. Kind of a bummer because I already basically finished this season of Fortnite, so I don't have a big incentive to go back and play anything until like next month when the next season comes out, but I'll still check the stuff out. I'm 50-50 on whether I'll get Naruto or not. I do have enough V-Bucks to do it if I want to, so we'll see. I'm a little surprised that like there's not more of a Naruto. I mean, it depends. It depends if you're listening to sub or dub. I think whether it's the Japanese or English pronunciation. I could also just be pronouncing it like a total schmuck, which is a complete possibility. Yeah, it does seem like they actually do say them differently. I think they probably do. What do they say differently? Excuse me. Pokemon. Pokey. Pokemon. You say it like the Pokedex does. The fire Pokemon. Does anyone say Princess Leia? I've heard it Leia like my whole life, it feels like. That's funny. Those people are wrong. It's Leia. I will not have it any other way. That's funny. I watched the first episode of Star Wars Rebels the other day, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the rest. It's it kind of just feels a little too much like worse Clone Wars. That's sort of a bummer. I don't know. It's a lot of characters that you're like, well, I sort of get who this character is and what their motivations are going to be, and like it was sort of, it's a little, it seems like it's going to be a little too telegraphed. I don't know. I might just be a snob, or a grouch, or a bum. That could definitely be the problem. I'll probably watch the Clone Wars spin-off first. Oops. The Star Wars The Bad Batch is what it's called, because it's the same art style and director as the Clone Wars. Have you seen how much Star Trek stuff there is? Where Paramount Plus was just like, well, what properties do we actually own? And they just go, Star Trek? Yeah, let's just make 5 Star Trek shows. People definitely won't get tired of Star Trek. There's like I think there's 2 shows that are already out, live action, 1 incoming, and 2 animated shows already. Yeah, I don't know. The Obi-Wan stuff should be cool. You know, fingers crossed. I mean, that's really gonna be a big downer if that's not good. I think people are gonna have and honestly, there's no way it's gonna live up to people's expectations. Like, expectations are gonna be so astronomically high for that. I mean, it's almost set up to fail. Yeah, that's the I can't see a lot of, I guess what they're trying to do with Star Trek is like, oh, the parents liked it, so they'll put it on for their children, and they're trying to like set it up for a new generation. But I don't see how much that's gonna work, honestly. Yeah, I don't think so, Tim. The next generation. Was that the Picard one? Yeah, it's funny. I don't think I've ever actually seen a whole episode of Star Trek, and like, it's probably something that I would like. It's just it just was it didn't line up with my age range of watching TV ever, I guess. Yeah, I'm sure some of the old ones are good, and like it would be enjoyable to like put those on. It's funny how when I was young, just everybody watched reruns of stuff all the time. But I never watch reruns of anything these days. Like, I guess there's just so much new content, and it's all on demand and stuff. I think I just lost a bolt in my chair. Let's not bounce around on it if that's true. Take care of that after the stream. Yeah, and then when they're tired of The Office, they're like, I guess I'll watch Parks and Rec. 21. That was pretty crazy to see one of the like Parks and Rec's minor actors was arrested for defacing a monument. That was funny. It was nobody famous, but it's just funny. It's like, to attach it to something like that, so such a benign show, and this guy is out committing crimes. I guess that's always funny when it's someone that's like, you see them as just like an actor on the screen, and then suddenly like they do a real world bad thing. I don't even. It was such a minor character. I wouldn't even know the name of him. Unfortunately, like it wasn't like Andy or somebody like that. But yeah, definitely funny. You know, I could live with it until I heard he was going to be Garfield as well. And he makes such a better Garfield than Mario that that definitely bummed me out. I was like, well, why couldn't he just be Garfield? I can 100% see him as Garfield. Like, I think that'll be funny. I think that'll be good. But Mario, that's a little odd. I don't know if it was a troll article or real, but I saw an article that said Seth Rogen is already in talks for a spin-off with his Donkey Kong. I'm sure we'll come around. I'm sure it'll be fine. Like the Nintendo wouldn't just do this without extensively testing it out. Yeah, like he would say no. Just doing a voice of Donkey Kong. Is Donkey Kong gonna do the Seth Rogen laugh at any point? I would hope not. Oh, like they get sucked into the game and it's just their voices. Oh, like it's just like they're playing Mario Party. I mean, honestly, that's not a bad idea. It would be kind of jarring for the movie to just start and like Mario sits up on his bed and is like, "Hello everyone, I'm Mario. It's a me, Mario." Did you see the Rock Jumanji movies? Those are actually really fun. I liked both of those a lot. Have you listened to The Rock's new song? That's like a month old by now, though. But that that's pretty fun. I get a kick out of it. It's not good, obviously, but it's funny. I thought the Amazon device just started listening for some reason. We got Amazon device controlled lights. Yeah, well, we'll give it a shot. Alexa, lights red. Damn, we're in real crazy mode now. We're really focusing on the kitty claw, so much so that we've changed the ambiance. Evil kitty claw. I have I have two other lights on that are clear or regular white, so it doesn't really show up very well. Here. Alexa, light soft white. But they work pretty well. I have no complaints with them. They're on. You can get you can make them 50%. You can make them 1%, which is funny. I'm not, and there also is like a strobe function, which is pretty cool. I don't know why you'd ever do that to your room, but it's just a funny, tipping of the lamp, I guess. It is funny going back to Jumanji that Jumanji is like, was it like the seventh highest grossing movie of all time? Like it's somewhere really high up. Because that movie just made a bunch week one, but then it made like $10 million for like the last for like 10 weeks straight near the end, where people are just like, I'll just take the kids to Jumanji. We love The Rock. We love Kevin Hart. We love Jack Black. And they're right, honestly. Those all those people are great. I love them. Except the Kevin Hart Rock spy movie was kind of disappointing. That one wasn't very. I don't even remember the name of it at this point. Yeah, that too. That one definitely is weird too. Alice in Wonderland. I still haven't even seen that, and I probably won't. Yeah, it's what's his name? Johnny Depp is a true powerhouse at the box office, unless he's Mordecai, that movie where the whole movie is just he's Jack Sparrow but not drunk and with a mustache. That movie absolutely bombed. I, I I actually wouldn't mind watching it. I'll bet it's like funny bad. One of those movies that you can enjoy it being so bad. But I'm having so much fun that I even missed. We're in the bonus time. We're in the 5-minute bonus this time, and I want to thank some of the people that followed this last week. If you followed this current week, you'll be shouted out on next Kitty Claw Friday. But shout out to... Here, give me 1 second. Leave the screen, please. Shout out to Iron Pluto and Bibimbap Brother. Shout out to you guys, and then shout out to the followers on YouTube, or subscribers, as it doesn't actually tell me who subscribes, so I can't give you a personal shout out, but you know who you are. Receive the shout out. Oh yeah, 3 minutes left. This Kitty Claw Friday went pretty good, pretty fast. I mean, pretty good as well as it could go without getting a plushie. That's a bummer. Oh, shout out to you, unnamed individual. But yeah, it actually doesn't let you know who subscribes to you anymore. It used to, in the very old days. I guess that's fine. You know, you don't interact directly with the people that subscribe with you that often. Do, 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 do. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. How about that? I don't even know what that movie is, but I know it was always on HBO. Like, HBO always had that movie, and like it never rotated out. When like every other movie rotates out, it's like except that one. Is that the one that like was notorious for how poorly it did? I feel like I recognize the name of that as something that's like is notorious. Come on. We have a minute 20 left. And I really want this plushie this week. That's funny. I'll have to at least like look up like a YouTube breakdown of it or something. That seems like it's worth knowing. Oops. I missed. Alright, 1 minute left. Can we get the plush? Fingers crossed. Would this be our first 2-week dry run? It could be, honestly. It's looking like it. 34 minutes in. Not looking strong. Come on, old guy. I think we've got 2 more goes at it. Do. Yoink. All right, one more shot. We got 10 seconds left. I'm calling it one shot. He's an eternal optimist. He always thinks he's gonna get it. And thankfully it's free because it's my arcade. So at least he's not losing money every time. Well, that's unfortunate. We didn't get it this week. We'll be back again next week. Normal time, normal place, Fridays. And that was Kitty Claw Fridays, week 11. Thank you for coming out. And make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.